Hi guys, it's Tamara, the Judeo-Christian medium. I've been avoiding making this video. This is really hard. It's really hard to make this video. I talked to Jesus. I ended up doing automatic writing. I prayed to him. He told me to write down the messages, don't change them, don't ad-lib, don't read them and then organize them, just read the messages. So that's what I'm going to do. So these messages that I'm going to read are about the attacks on Gaza, October 7th, 2023. Before we get into it, I'll explain just a little bit about who I am. You can watch my other videos if you'd like more information. I make videos on the Galactic Federation. That's why I'm wearing my navy sweatshirt. I am part of the Galactic Federation. So if you'd like to know more about what that is, I'm being dramatic. If you'd like to know more about what that is, you can look in my playlist about galactic influences, and I'll be making more videos on the Galactic Federation. But I am part of the Galactic Federation, which is the Pleiadians, Arcturians, and Tall Whites, spearheaded by Archangel Michael, my whole Archangel group. I'm Archangel Uriel, so I am part of that team. So the Galactic Federation has come forth and recruited many of us here right now, and you can see why with all that is going on. But one of their main goals is, besides spiritual warfare, which this is spiritual warfare, what is going on, but besides that, one of their main goals is to save the children, which is interesting, seeing what's going on there. But I am part of that. I will be getting more into that at another time. I'll be making videos on that. I will be receiving messages on how I can help, and I'll be telling you guys more on how you can help. So just very quickly, I want to reiterate also that when God created humanity, these are the messages that I was given, and this is extremely broad. There is so much more detail. But when God created humanity, he got together with the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, the Tall Whites, and the Reptilians, and they were already existing in the universe on other planets. But he got together with them and created humanity. And then things branched off, and we'll talk about all of that at another time. And you can also look in my playlist and get more information. I broke down each of the groups, and if you're into this sort of thing, you can look them up. You can see where you think you might fall. They do correspond to some information that's already out there, some movies, some books. Harry Potter is a really good, that was downloaded from this Archangel group. So that's a good parallel if you know your Harry Potter school, that'll help. So anyway, that's a brief introduction to who I am. I'm in New York, so you're gonna hear anything. We've heard screaming, we've heard neighbors, we've heard horns, you might hear sirens. So just be aware of that. I'm going to start with a prayer before I get into the automatic writing. I just need to close my eyes to connect to my team. Feel free, you guys, to use this prayer. Please pay attention to who I'm praying to and what they can help you with. This is my team. This is what they help me with, and maybe they can help you. They're saying yes. So this doesn't cancel out who other people pray to, who other people have met in dreams, who other people have seen, who other mediums have talked to, people who have had near-death experiences have been met by some of this group. They've been met by some of these galactic beings, and they've been met by saints and relatives and shamans and helpers. So please understand, this isn't a competition, and it's all valid. I mean, someone could be coming on making up stuff, but for the most part, my team doesn't cancel out anyone else's experience. So they're saying it's a big universe and they have a lot of helpers. There's a lot of helping on Earth, even if it doesn't feel like it. A lot of assistance, a lot of, they help us the best that they can, because we came here to have an experience. We came here with free will. So the best thing that you can do is pray to them to help you with your mission. So Arcturians, Pleiadians, and Tall Whites have missions. Reptilians and dark reptilians have life paths. So either or, if you have a life path or you have a mission, there's a benefit to both. If you feel like you need help, that would be a great start, is to pray to this team and ask them to help you get back on track. And ask them, if you don't know what your mission is, just say, "Thy will be done." Meaning, I hand it over to you. Remind me of what my mission, what my life path is, and then I will work through you. And that's just the basic start. Okay. So let's move on to the prayer. I'd like to thank God. God is coming in from my right and is a very light white, gold, silver, and energy coming in, connecting to Jesus. Thank you, God, for life. Thank you for my life. So he comes in for me as a masculine energy, and he connects to Jesus. And Jesus is reminding me that this whole group is both masculine and feminine energy, but this is how they connect to me. Jesus connects to me in a masculine, brotherly energy, and he is a messenger of God. I'm also coming to you as a messenger of God, and they are giving me messages. So the light comes down in through Jesus, who presents himself sometimes white, gold, silver, but he's very strong in his Pleiadian influence, very indigo. So Jesus, his light comes through, it's very indigo and connects to Mother Mary. Again, Mother Mary, and I would like to thank you, Jesus, for peace. Jesus, thank you for peace. And as we're connecting to Mother Mary, she has variations of light, white, violet, indigo, very strong indigo. She's very strong Pleiadian. Now, everyone in this group is Pleiadian, Arcturian, and tall white, but they have some stronger influences. And thank you, Mother Mary, for comfort. She connects over to Father Joseph. Father Joseph. Now, as she connects over to him, he is more of just white light. Thank you, Father Joseph. And he connects over to Sandalphon, but he also connects through to Archangel Michael. But thank you, Father Joseph, for stability. So he directly connects in a very small circle to Archangel Michael. As it connects, it goes back to an indigo. And Michael is also connected down through Jesus. And, the light swirls out that way and it swirls this way and back. Everyone here is connected. So thank you, Archangel Michael. Thank you for protection. Archangel Michael is very indigo. He's very protective. Call on him for protection. He's just making a point to say that. He's had me wear this navy outfit. That's their joke. I'm not feeling very funny today. I'm feeling very serious, but anyway, so just lighten up things a bit. So Archangel Michael is trying his best to oversee protection for all of the spiritual warfare that is going on now, manifested through actual warfare. And he oversees the Navy. I am part of his team, connected through past lives, and I will talk more about that at another time. But it's all connected. The Archangels, who are galactic beings, and the Navy. And I want to say that it doesn't mean that the Navy hasn't made mistakes. Jesus is saying it doesn't mean that this whole team hasn't made mistakes when we were here on Earth. That's going to be something I'm going to be getting into, guys, is who we all have been and are here on Earth, and mistakes that we've made, and things that we've done to help. But anyway, thank you, Archangel Michael, for protection. He connects over to Archangel Metatron. Now, as he's connecting over, it goes through all the rainbows, all the colors of the rainbow. Motorcycle. So, thank you, Archangel Metatron. And Archangel Metatron comes in as very red, a little bit of yellow and orange, and he branches out on this side into pinks and colors like that. Thank you, Archangel Metatron. Thank you for entertainment. So Metatron connects over to, I have Archangel Eric sitting right here on my left. Archangel Eric Medhus. He is actually originally part of Uriel, the Archangel Uriel energy, but he has branched off to help connect me, connect you all to the other side. And that's been his mission since he's passed. So thank you, Archangel Eric Medhus. And Archangel Eric Medhus, you know, he's all three of these influences, but he's very heavy Pleiadian. He's very indigo. So now he connects over to Archangel Gabriel, who's sitting right in front of me. Archangel Gabriel is very red, orange, and yellow. And I'd like to thank Archangel Gabriel for acceptance. Thank you, Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel connects out, and they all connect to Archangel Sandalphon. Now, Archangel Sandalphon is very white. He's very heavy, tall white, although he's all three of these influences. Thank you, Archangel Sandalphon, for intelligence. Connecting to Sandalphon, we have Archangel Raphael. Thank you, Archangel Raphael, for healing. And so the white now is going, and there's still a little silver and gold, but it's going into violet. And thank you, Archangel Raphael, who's coming in as violet, for healing. And next to Archangel Raphael is Archangel Azrael. And Archangel Azrael is a swirl of these colors, a little bit white, a little bit violet, going into indigo. Thank you, Archangel Azrael. Thank you for organization. So as Archangel Azrael is going into Archangel Jophiel. And Archangel Jophiel is also indigo, but she's the swirl, she comes in feminine to me. You know, they all are masculine and feminine, but she's coming in feminine, and she's a swirl of a little bit of indigo, gold, and silver. Thank you, Archangel Jophiel, for magical beauty. Archangel Jophiel connects over to Archangel Uriel, which is me. And how is that possible? What that means is archangels fractal off and come here in human form to do a mission. So thank you, Archangel Uriel, who is violet, white, and indigo, mostly indigo. Thank you, Archangel Uriel, for my mission. So as I've said before, my mission is to help you all with your mission. That's my original mission here. So I did get off track a bit in my life, but now I'm back on track. So thank you, Archangel Uriel, for my mission. So Archangel Uriel swirls over to Archangel Zadkiel. And so now the indigo is switching over. It's, you know, it's still some indigo, but switching over into a green. And thank you, Archangel Zadkiel, for balance. Archangel Zadkiel connects over to Jeremiah. So as Archangel Zadkiel is connecting over, it's going into a yellow. And thank you, Archangel Jeremiah, for wildness. I know, and I'll talk about that at another time. I know that probably sounds weird, but there are times in our lives where we need wildness. And Archangel Jeremiah is Chris Farley, if you want to look that up, and others. So as we're moving on, Thank you, Jeremiah. We're moving on. Thank you. We're moving on to Raguel. Thank you, Archangel Raguel, for swagger. Now we're going into an orange. Thank you, and this group is very sparkly. There's a lot of gold around them too. They were a lot of fun. Thank you, Archangel Raguel, for swagger. I'll explain at another time. I know that probably sounds weird. He's like, oh. Anyway, moving on. Thank you. I'm sorry, guys. They always are. They're so rambunctious. Thank you. Thank you, Raguel. Thank you, Archangel Chamuel. Thank you for calm. So now the orange is swirling. There's still some yellow, and they're swirling into red. And as we're swirling along, thank you, Archangel Ezekiel. Thank you for nutrition. Archangel Ezekiel is mostly orange. As we move on from Ezekiel, thank you, Haniel. Thank you, Archangel Haniel, for sleep. Archangel Haniel is mostly pink. As we're swirling on, thank you, Archangel Daniel McDaniel, for humor. And Archangel Daniel McDaniel is a swirl of pink, yellow, orange, and red. Okay, so that is my Archangel group. As I've said before, they are the Pleiadians, Arcturians, and Tall Whites, and they are also the Archangels. And Jesus connecting to God. So I hope that clears a little bit up for people. For some, it could seem confusing. But anyway, I think it helps. It really helped me to figure out why, when some people have a near-death experience, why do some people connect to, what we would consider galactic beings, aliens? Why do some people connect to archangels? Well, they're breaking this all down for me. But moving on, let me just have a drink here. Moving on, we're going to get to the automatic writing from Jesus regarding the attacks on the Gaza Strip to the Israelis from Hamas. Now, this may upset you. Jesus said, just get on with it. Okay, so he said for you all to watch the video I made where he gave me messages on Israel and Palestine in 2021. That's a start. So moving on from that, he said the festival should never have been held in Gaza. The music festival should never have been held in Gaza. He said the young Israelis have become too lenient, trusting, and relaxed. He said it was a last-minute venue change, but Hamas had always been watching. Hamas is funded by Iran, who was recently funded by President Biden. Hamas is accepted and used by Palestine. The Palestinian president needs to take a stance on Hamas, but he's afraid and he won't take responsibility. The public, the Palestinian public, cannot support Hamas halfway. The organization Hamas is wrong, disgusting, dark reptilian. This is spiritual warfare. They are grapey. They graped, I hope you know what that means, used humiliation. Yes, all war is bad. Rockets are bad. Bombs are bad. But this is next level disgusting. He said you, but I was in shock the first week. And I couldn't even really hear my team. I was also very hurt. I was very hurt that Jesus told me that I'm Jewish and Christian before all of this drama happened. I'll explain that at another time. As you can see, try to think of that I was, reading tarot, just kind of grooving along, and I was told this, and then this happens, and more will be happening from this. That's a story for another day. He's telling me to remind you all to watch my videos from the videos that I made predicting any of my predicting videos. I saw a lot of explosions and accidents, and this isn't about my predictions or my connection and how accurate I am. So maybe someday I will make videos about things that I have said that have happened. But anyway, I just saw a lot of explosions and accidents, and Jesus would like to tell you this is the dark reptilian energy coming in. If you don't know what that is, you can watch my other videos. It is an energy that hangs out in the fourth dimension. People here on Earth can become dark reptilian by their intentions and actions, and also anyone can act on the dark negative energy and express the dark reptilian energy through actions. But all of this that's happening, humanity has allowed it to come through various actions leading up to this. And just to let you all know, they've been trying their best through us, through many, to prevent this from happening. And reminding you back to the beginning of this, that that was a very last minute change. So this is why this hasn't been predicted. But Many of you who watch spiritual channels, I didn't come on and say something big was happening in October. I was told that, but I've been so busy and have made other videos that you all can't just listen to me. I can't give you every single bit of information, but please listen to others, and then you can put it all together and get your information, which try to think of it as news from different sources. But many of you have heard other mediums, intuitives feel like something was coming, and you probably felt it yourself. It's been brewing. That was just a result of this underlying brewing energy, and I want to make a video connecting a lot of things that have connected to this event and others. So yes, that's why I wasn't told this. This wasn't supposed to happen. There are different timelines. My team can only tell myself and give other messages to mediums and humanity, because people can feel this energy. But there are different timelines. Like I said, I'm not sure if I actually said this in this video, but I've said it before. We have free will, and it was a free will of them to do that venue switch, and that was just an opportunity. But we have free will. This is why many of us try to help people with. When Jesus was here talking to his disciples, and he's talking to me and I'm talking to you, we're trying to help you make decisions based on your highest good. When he talked to his disciples, and he and the disciples helped heal, they were healers, but they were also messengers. They were messengers of light, and they were giving people some messages that seemed a bit harsh. Like the message of Shabbat, to stay in when it gets dark. And there's reasons behind everything that he said. I don't want to go down too many rabbit holes, but they've been trying to, you can see many people have been connecting to the other side and bringing messages of light and feeling messages of light, but there are also messages of dark, and it's been ramping up, and it ramps up. It's spiritual warfare. So you can watch other videos where I explain that more. So, but Jesus is very sorry that you all didn't know, that they couldn't exactly tell how this was going to happen, and get everybody out because of free will. So, okay. Israel should have immediately gone into lockdown, and they should have continually showed the footage of what happened. You can see they did that for a very brief amount of time, and they gained the public's sympathy. So should have shown the footage, told the public that they didn't know what to do yet. Now, this is what Jesus is saying should have happened. Or Jesus is saying that this would have been the best thing to do. Now, okay, so when you pray, when you're looking for answers, if you are really connecting to them, and this is, I've had to explain this to people that I've given messages to, they've had to explain it to me, because this is going to sound, this is the advice Jesus is would have given to Israel on what to do to have the best outcome for everybody, for everybody's highest good. And I just feel like I have to say that, because it sounds, it's very hard for me to come on and read this, because it sounds a little, it's just, anyway, I'm just going to read it. You decide how you feel about it. I'm just going to read it all. Israel should have gone into lockdown, showed the footage, told the public that they didn't know what to do. They should have met with the UN, met with the Palestinian president, have it televised. That would have brought them together. It would have, because of the circumstances, because of it being televised, because of Israel's going to the president, saying, "You're the president of Palestine. This is crazy what happened. Why did this happen?" Because I know you all hear about, fighting in Israel. You've heard about that. But this was highly unusual. This was just an unprovoked. Okay, so having them do that, if that had happened the way that Jesus is saying it, the president would have been able to denounce Hamas safely, as would the public, as would most of the world. Hamas would have become public enemy number one in the world. And this actually would have started a long peace treaty. And it would have given Netanyahu and the Palestinian president a lot of respect. Of course, people would be arguing left and right, but this is the end result. Jesus is saying, trust me. So these are how timelines go. They say, this is the probability, this is a big probability that if they had done this, this would have been the result. And so things like this, Jesus is saying, sometimes things like this, if you sometimes respond diplomatically, it can turn out for the best. So Jesus wrote, and he explained it to me a little bit. There's something at the core of a lot of masculine energies he calls it a gentleman's agreement. And it's for masculine energies who haven't given over to like a dark reptilian energy, who are not dark reptilians, who are Pleiadians, Arcturians, tall whites, and regular reptilians, not dark. In their core, there's a gentleman's agreement, even when it comes to war. So that's completely different than how a dark reptilian would be in a war. And this is really important, guys, because you could have a dark reptilian in your life. You could be married to a dark reptilian. They're going to approach any sort of thing that they see as war differently, dirtier than you would. So this is very important. You know, the president of Palestine is a reptilian turned earth angel, and you can look him up on my community tab or on my Instagram. And Netanyahu is a tall white, but they both acted against what they felt. They both acted out of shame and anger, which is not good for the masculine energy to feel. What it was the extra evil, which is the dark reptilian energy, was the raping, was the babies, was the beheading that caused a paternal rage in Netanyahu and a shame in the president of Palestine. This is very different than armies throwing bombs at each other. And this is what caused the overreaction. And it's actually not an overreaction, it's a human reaction, but it's an overreaction in the result that came from it. This activates male rage. Dark reptilians and the dark reptilian energy knows this, got to do it, and now they get to play victim. Doing this at all levels in life, such as stealing someone's wife. It was, you know, he's saying like stealing someone's wife and then defiling their daughter. Sick, not typical warfare. But the consciousness of Israel has been in deep anger still from the genocide from Hitler, from World War II. It's still in their consciousness. So they were poking, this attack was poking the scab. But at the same time, a lot of the Israeli culture is very successful and has become, a lot of the Israeli culture has become successful. As a result of that, some have become complacent. There's been tensions. There's been some negativity in its, the energy. They're just giving me sort of a snobby energy in some. Now, this can't even really begin to explain things, but neither side wanted this. None of the sane people, none of the sane people of Palestine, none of the leaders of Palestine, none of the sane people of Israel, none of the leaders wanted this. Hamas wanted this. The dark reptilians on either side wanted this. And the dark reptilian energy, which feeds off humanity, wanted this. They are the only, that is the only who wanted this. Okay. So, there is more poverty in Palestine. Okay. Due to the lack of enough of the true religious actions, this is not a punishment from Spirit. Spirit does not punish you for your lack of religious actions. Now they're Muslim, obviously the Israelis are Jewish. If you practice, and I will make a video on Islam because that needs to be broken down too. But let's just go to the positive messages in the Quran and the positive messages in the Torah. If you, in general, if humanity practices the positive, the more positive actions from the religions, these are actions, the stronger you will be, the more successful you will be. So Jesus is saying, on a whole, the Israelis practice more of the positive actions. And it shows in their success. Now, there are successful people in Palestine, of course, but usually continual progress, and this is continual because you can win the lottery, you can have oil sprout in your backyard, but continual positive progress comes from the positive actions which have been, as you know, as far as Christianity and the Torah, they say that they have downloaded. We'll get into that at another time, but following those actions creates productivity, health, peace, and wealth. And it repels the dark reptilian energy. It's always there, trying to get you to not follow those actions. So right now, they're looking down at Earth, down at humanity, and they are saying, everyone is so divided that right now, all of this division is actually, there is a positive effect of it. It's canceling each other out. There's so much division in the world, so many opinions, that it's actually becoming a cluster, you know what? If that, yeah, so like I predicted in videos before, like we're seeing what's happening, instead of making like particular predictions, just be aware. A floodgate, a dark energy, a dark reptilian energy floodgate has been opened. Expect to see, and you know, I talked about this in 2020, 2021, 22, eruptions, fires, humanly made, all kinds of eruptions from big to small. That's a big energy right now. Avoid, I really hate to say this because of what went on in 2020, but it would be in your best interest. You have free will. Do what you'd like. It's in your best interest to avoid public places. And I've said this in the past. There's a lot of unexpected drama, unexpected. The dark reptilian energy, it's really getting into an unexpected energy, unexpected attacks. Expect to see more personal attacks. Expect to see more attacks in sacred places. So in mosques, in synagogues, in places that were considered safe, some like personal attacks in neighborhoods. So especially in, well, more so, there's more people, but in major cities where groups that have sided, you know, they're definitely showing me groups that have banded together. I don't want to go too far into that. I just would like, I don't want to point out any particular group because it's, even doing that could make people unaware of other groups. It's just, I never wanted to come on and be a fear monger. This has been very hard for me. But this is just a high alert time. I was in the travel industry. We would get these alerts that going to this place, they had different levels. This is the highest level. And I don't want to be the messenger. Obviously that's my mission here, is to be the messenger. You know that expression, don't shoot the messenger. I just want you all, please be careful. Watch my other videos. I'm going to be doing more videos about the messages that Jesus tried to tell everyone when he was here and what their purpose is. This is a perfect example of, his messages a lot were about health and safety, and he's saying, just please be careful. And seeing what's happening now, many of you can see why there was a Shabbat. You know, originally it was from Friday night until Sunday morning. Then it got shortened, of course, due to more peaceful times. But, you know, he's just showing times where things can get more dangerous. Obviously that weekend time, but he's giving a new message right now of, it's really hard to tell you all this because I don't want to give you all anxiety or CPTSD, like, you know, or agoraphobia. Just please be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of attitudes going on. I don't know where you live, who's around you, but just be aware of trends of what is going on around you, and just be cautious. Pay attention. And I'll be making more videos on Jesus's messages, how to stay safe. Why is it a really big help for me anyway, being a part of this group? And I've come to find out that's considered to be very ADHD, very autistic, having to know why. And it's not having to know why, it's wanting to know why and how that helps. And so what I'd like to do is just make as many videos as I can about Jesus's messages, and the messages come through the star seeds that I've been, you know, the celebrities. So one of their missions, one of their reasons for coming through is to, same thing, like to give you all messages, to share what's happened to them, and what they did right, what they did wrong. And I know this just sounds very dire, very doom and gloom, but try to find joy. Try to find joy in all of this. You're here for a short time. Even if there's spiritual warfare going on, actual warfare, actual drama, you can be cautious. You can still have a good time. Jesus said most of the people at that, you know, it's definitely very spiritual warfare. Most of the people at the music festival, most of those young people were star seeds, and they were attracted to that. That was a very star seed event. That was just an example on a very spiritual level of spiritual warfare. That's a very perfect example of the dark and the light. And this, again, is not having to do with like saying Palestinian people are dark and Israelis are light. It's not that. I think I've made that clear. But these are the controversial messages that I was finally ready to hear because I was so upset. I'll come on and talk about my lifetimes and how me and my mission in those lifetimes got me got me in some hot water is a very light way to put it. And so this is bringing up past life experiences that I've had, and you know, feeling like I was put into the firing line. I have so much to say, guys, but I don't think this is the right video to say it all. These are the messages. We're just wrapping up at an hour. So these are the basic messages from Jesus regarding the attacks on October 7th, 2023 in Gaza. I will come on when I have new messages. Please stay safe. Please try to have some fun and some joy. Find people in your life who aren't dark reptilians. This is a good time to get rid of dark people. You know, if you're having to stay safe, you're having to adjust, do it with the best people that you can find for yourself. It'll work out better for them too. So anyway, I will be on soon. Thank you. And okay, before I would like to thank my team. Thank you. Thank you for these messages. Even though some were harsh, thank you.